In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the #1 tool that I use to manage my Airbnb from anywhere in the world. What's going on, everyone? My name is Bailey Kramer, and welcome back to my channel where we talk all things real estate investing. If you've been following me on social media, you know that I just recently purchased my first Airbnb property. I'll be making more content around these properties, showing you guys the property from the inside outside, and also breaking down the numbers, how much money we made the first month, what our projections are for the first year, and everything in between. But for this video in particular, I wanted to dive into one singular tool that we use that's an absolute game changer for managing our properties, and it's called Smartbnb. No, I am not sponsored by Smartbnb, and I'm not an affiliate for their company. I'm just sharing this because I love this software that much. But hey, once I am an affiliate, I'll throw my link in the description down below so you can use great software and I can get a little kickback as a thank you. All right, before I jump in, let me grab my computer and get into some comfier clothes. All right, I'm back. So as I mentioned before, the software is called Smartbnb. Clever, right? This software does a ton of different things and saves me hours upon hours of time each and every day. I brought my computer out to show you some behind the scenes and show you my favorite features that help me out the most. Be sure to stick around till the end because I'll be sharing the most insane feature that'll easily make my property an extra $30,000 in revenue just this year alone. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is type up on the internet, smash that subscribe button. Oh, well, I meant type up Smartbnb, but I guess while we're already there, you might as well go do it before we move on. Okay, so when you actually search for Smartbnb and log in or sign up if you haven't already, you'll be taken to this screen, which is your dashboard. So all these different tabs on the left side of the screen are all the different tabs in the navigation, which I'll take you through in this video. Let's kick things off and start with the properties tab. Okay, so once you list your short-term rental on sites like Airbnb and VRBO, or pronounced VRBO, you need a channel manager or something that connects the two. So as you can see here, we have the sync turned on, which basically means that Airbnb and VRBO are going to be talking to each other through Smartbnb. So let's just say someone books on Airbnb, it'll automatically talk to VRBO, letting them know, hey, block at those dates. We don't want a double booking. Another cool tool on the properties page is this button that says heartbeat. When turned on, essentially what it does is Smartbnb will make very minor changes to your listings pretty frequently. So it might delete a period and then add a period back, just to show Airbnb's algorithm that you're actively improving your listing. When Airbnb sees that you're improving your listing, they incentivize you by boosting your search results and therefore getting more bookings. Okay, the next tab is the calendar tab. The coolest part here is that it'll show you the bookings for both Airbnb and VRBO on one calendar. And you can even click on each booking to see all the details. Now here's where the software gets insanely cool, and it's in the guest experience tab. This is where Smartbnb will automatically send messages to your guests. For example, we have an automated message that sends out to the guests 10 hours before they check in to let them know some check-in instructions and the door code. Another message that the guests really like is what we call the first morning text. This will automatically send out a message to the guests after their first day of their stay, to check up on them and see how they're doing and see if they need anything. And guests really appreciate that. There's also cool ones like garbage pickup reminders, where it'll send an automated message to remind the guests to take out the garbage the day before garbage pickup day. The options are endless, and you can create such a unique experience for your guests without actually having to do anything on the day-to-day basis. All you have to do is set it and forget it. All right, you want to see something even cooler? All right, fine, I'll show you. So Smartbnb knows that guests ask a lot of the same questions. So they have an AI system that automatically reads the guest questions and it'll respond on your behalf. For example, one of the most common questions guests will ask is, what's the Wi-Fi password? So instead of typing out the reply every single time, we can actually just create a response that it'll automatically send out when it detects someone asking about the Wi-Fi. So when someone asks us about the Wi-Fi, this is the message that it'll send them. And what's super cool is you can change the timing of the message. It not only makes your job easier as the manager because you actually just don't have to do anything, but it also provides such a great level of service to your guests because they get their answers instantly. There's one more absolutely insane messaging feature, but I'll come back to it at the end of the video. Or if you're like me and you're blown away with what Smartbnb can do, just do something. give yourself a high five, do a push-up, or if you're feeling crazy, comment below, like the video, or even subscribe. Whatever floats your boat. Okay, the next tab we have is the operations tab. Now, I haven't dove too deep into this tab myself, but there's one key feature that you need to know about, and it's notifying your cleaners. As you know, after every single guest checks out, you need to send in your cleaners. It can get super tedious if you don't have a software that helps you out. Imagine if you had to remember that right when you get a booking, you have to text your cleaner, and then you have to wait for that cleaner to text you back. It just requires a lot of time. And what if you want to be on vacation and you don't want to have to deal with it? So instead, what you can do is set up something on Smartbnb where your cleaners will actually get notified every single time there's a new booking. They'll get a customized text giving them the information, like the date that they're checking out, and you can even include how many people are going to be there, or really whatever information you want. So for our cleaners, we send out an automated text message that says, hey, her name's Lisa. We have just received a new reservation at what we call the Johnsburg Estate, and we give her the checkout date, and we let her know just to confirm with me, and here's my phone number. It's that simple. And another way you can communicate with your cleaners is by sharing your iCal feed with them. This is just a fancy word for your calendar, and they can actually sync it to their personal calendar, so they'll know when a new booking comes in or if someone cancels. Okay, now I'm going to jump into the feature that'll make us at least $30,000 alone in revenue just this year. So first, let me show you our calendar for July. As you can see, we're almost fully booked. We just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days open. And they're kind of awkward because they're kind of between bookings and no one really wants to stay for one night at this property. And as you can see, each night that's empty is worth between $1,000 and $1,200. So in essence, for every day that's not booked, we're basically losing $1,200. So the best way to get those one-day awkward gaps filled is by offering and incentivizing someone who's already staying there either the day before or the day after to see if they want to actually stay an extra night. And don't worry, you're not doing this manually. I'm going to show you a trick how to do it automatically. So if you jump down to guest experience and you go to custom codes, this is where you can set a message based on a certain criteria. Let me show you what I mean. If I click here, I created one for if the day after their booking is open, it'll send them this particular message. So it'll say, hey guest, I noticed that the day after you check out is currently open. I was wondering if you wanted to add that day to your reservation at a big discount. Let me know if you're interested and we can add it to your reservation. If not, no worries. And I still look forward to hosting you on, and it'll say the checkout day. And again, this message might not be perfect. We might toy around with it, but this is the idea of the message. So if I scroll down even farther, you'll see that there's a condition to it. And it says it'll only send if the night after checkout is available. So that's big because if the night after is not available, we do not want this message to be sent. But if it is available, then we definitely want this to be sent. So once this message is all set, what you want to do is go back and click on messaging rules. And you'll actually need to create a new one here, but I'll show you the pre one I made. So the day after checkout is open. So all you do is add the percentage sign and it'll pull up all these different things. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, this is where the custom codes are. So if I click preview message, I can actually click a conversation that's coming up. Let's just say this one, for example, and it'll actually show me what the message will look like. Hey, Beth, I noticed the day after you check out is currently open, blah, 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 blah. And it'll even show the date that she's checking in. So the other big thing here is the timing of the message. I chose to send this message 18 days before check-in. Now you can choose 20 days before check-in. You can choose 1 day before check-in. You can do whatever you want. But just the coolest thing about this is it's up to you. You're in full control. So going back to our calendar, if we implemented this small message that just reminds the guest or tells the guest, hey, there's a day open, do you want to book it? We would have given ourselves the opportunity to book up these 5 nights. That's worth more than $5,000 in revenue. Now, you might be thinking, hey, Bailey, well, what if only 2 days are going to be booked from that? Okay, well, $2,000 for doing absolutely nothing different is a lot better than losing $5,000 because you didn't do anything at all. All right, everybody, that's all for today. Let me know what you think of Smartbnb in the comments below. And do me a favor, if you got value out of this video, smash that subscribe button so you stay tuned for all future videos. And until next time, peace.